Welcome back to my channel. So today I'm gonna do a little topic on it's not really a topic, it's more of a discussion. And okay, it's a topic. We're gonna talk about birth control. So a lot of us women now know that birth control is not healthy, but we still got people out there who take it because they don't want to get pregnant. So I'm really just gonna go over my birth control experiences because I have tried so many. Now I'm gonna start from the beginning. So when I first got on birth control, it was not because I was having sex or anything like that. It's because I started my cycle, and I would say I started my cycle very late compared to those around me. I think I was maybe in the 11th grade, I want to say. No. I wasn't in 11th grade. 10th maybe? Something like that. I got to get used to this rubber band, y'all, but somewhere around that. But my cycle was very, very heavy to the point where it would clot. So if you're a female, you're watching this, and you've ever experienced clotting, you know what I mean. It's very uncomfortable just feeling that stuff, you know what I'm saying, drop out. So I had to get on birth control to help thin out my blood, and that's how I started birth control. And I was actually taking the pill. I don't remember the brand, but I've tried so many different brands as well. But the thing about the pills were, it was hard for me to remember to take the pills. But nevertheless, I did not get pregnant off of it. I would always know when I would forget because I'd be at school. If you forget maybe 1 or 2 days in a row, you start to cramp and it can cause your cycle to come on earlier. So that's how I would always know that, dang, I forgot a pill, because I'll start cramping or I'll start expired. So that was that. Now, fast forward a little bit. I went off to basic training. They didn't allow, us to take our medications or anything like that. We shouldn't be having sex anyway. But again, I wasn't on birth control for sex, because I was having sex. So after those months went by, the birth control was completely out of my system. So once I got back home, I did start having sex. And I had to get like my insurance stuff situated. And when I went to the doctor to get back on birth control, of course, before they give you birth control, they have to make sure you're not pregnant. You got to take a pregnancy test, and that's what happened. And then I was already pregnant, so that was some bullshit. I'm not gonna lie. I was trying to do the right thing, but I was too late. But it's all good because I got a beautiful baby. So after that, after I had him, I got on birth control. Now, wait, let's pause for a second. Let's rewind for a second, because before I got pregnant, when I went to basic training, when I was in college at Augusta State, I actually did try a different birth control. I tried the Depo shot. Depo shot, it did not hurt getting it, and it wouldn't have been so bad. And I actually got it because so many women were saying how they didn't have a cycle for such and such amount of time by being on that Depo shot. So I'm like, okay, cool. Who likes cycles? Nobody likes cycles. Pain in the ass. So I tried it. Now, I regret that so much because I literally bled for I bled for like 6 months straight. So like wearing a pad and tampon became like a everyday routine for me. So when I first got it, I bled for the first 3 months. I did call them and let them know. They're like, okay, that happens sometimes. Usually on your second dose, it'll stop. So I'm sticking it out. Got the second shot. Still didn't stop. So I'm calling them again. And they're like, no, I just told them I didn't want to do it anymore. But of course, it takes 3 months because you get it every 3 months. It takes 3 months for it to get out of your system. So I got 2 shots, so that's 6 months. And then I also had to wait another 3 months to get it out of my system. So I've let that entire time, and it was just pure hell. So I would never do that again. After I had Jace, I did try, I think it's called the Nexplanon, something like that. I should have a scar somewhere. Was it this arm? Or was it this arm? It was this arm. Probably really can't see it right there. Now, that one wasn't that bad because it's nothing that I have to remember to do or anything like that. But it made my cycle super irregular. So I would think my cycle was going off, you know, I'm not wearing anything. And the next thing you know, I'm spotting again. And then it'll go away, then I'm spotting again. So that was pretty aggravating because if you know me, I like to free ball, okay? So can't free ball if I don't know what's going on or when it's gonna come on and when I'm gonna spot and all that stuff like that. So that didn't work for me either. The process of getting it out, it did kind of hurt, but I was pretty thankful to get it out. Next, I did try the patches. Oh boy. If you know me, you know I'm kind of sensitive, and sometimes I can be a little emotional, but I'm aware of those things. And the patch made me seem like I was so crazy. Like if you worked with me at Cytel back then, they thought I was crazy. Like people I talk to on a daily, because like I was just like really, really sensitive, and it made me depressed and all type of stuff. Like it really fucked with me bad. And I didn't know what was causing it or whatever. So I'm like, you know, I feel so depressed. I feel so down. I'm always so snappy. Things that people, like we usually joke about at work is now hurting my feelings. And now, you know, I'm snappy. Like what's really going on? So then it clicked in my head. I went to Google. I looked up the side effects, and boom, there it was. So when I figured it out, we all joked and laughed about it and stuff like that. But I was really, I wasn't with that. So I stopped taking the patches. And it was also aggravating too, and it's very ugly because it's nowhere you can really put it to hide it. So it's like you gotta switch from side to side, on your back and stuff. Just think about like during sex. That's not cute. Who wants to see a patch on your back while they hit it from, you know what I'm trying to say. But also, when it came to me wearing clothes, because I like to have my arms out, sometimes my back or anything like that, and it's kind of hard to cover up. Like it's a funny video, I don't know what I was doing with some friends, and then I see the patch. You know, now that I look back at it, it's very, very unattractive. So, what the heck was that? Oh. What other one did I try? Or was that it? Well, I've tried like maybe 7 different brands of the pill. This is even after having the patch and the Nexplanon. And each one did something crazy. One gave me extreme migraines. One, I lost my appetite. And I really think that that's what caused me to have issues with my appetite now, because I have never had issues with my appetite. I'm sorry, I talk fast, but I've never had that problem. And that's why I'm not really for birth control no more, because it's like every one that I've tried personally, I've always gotten a side effect, except the first birth control that I started in high school. But after that, and I don't know which one it is, and they don't seem to know either. They don't have record of it. But other than that, I've always gotten a side effect from it, and it's nothing that I can let slide. You know what I'm saying? Small stuff I can probably let slide, like people who gain weight. You know, I wouldn't mind it. I'm already on a weight gain journey, but I didn't have any of that. I had migraines and moodiness, depression, bleeding for 9 months. I mean, 9 months. I had stuff that was just not okay. So right now, no, I'm not on birth control, but we are careful. I track my ovulation with a tracker on my phone, and we also use neem oil. Neem oil, if you apply it to, you can put it on yourself, or you can put it on his penis. We do it that way, and you know, you do what you do. And what it does is it kills the sperm once it comes in contact with it. So I'm not pregnant, so what does that mean? So one of my friends told me about it, so I was pretty nervous about trying it, but hey, look, I'm still here and I'm not pregnant. But I ain't got no wood to knock on. I'm gonna knock on some wood because I ain't trying to jinx myself or nothing like that. But I'm still being super duper careful. There are different kinds of birth control out there, like what's it called, the NuvaRing and something else. My doctor wanted me to try, but honestly, I'm just not too fond of sticking things up there that has to stay. And it's also another one that she wanted me to try that you have to change out yourself. And again, I ain't with all that. If it's not like sex related or anything like that, or you know, like a pap smear, I don't really want nothing going up there. Like, I don't even wear tampons anymore. So, but now that I found some natural tampons, I will be trying those though. I will try those. But other than that, there are some natural ways out there, but I mean, if you can risk it and you want to give it a try, I would definitely say try the neem oil. You have some doulas out there who have who specialize in natural birth controls. I'm not sure what it is, but I do know that it's pretty costly because I did look into it myself and I just wasn't willing to spend that kind of money on that. So, not at the time. You know, if I blow up with something and I got the money to spare, then by all means, I would definitely give it a try. But yeah, I mean, feel free to comment and tell me, you know, what works for you, what experience you have with the different birth controls that you've tried, and things like that. I'm all for it. The only other natural birth control that I have heard of is it's a film. Not sure how you use it. I'm guessing you just stick it in your vagina and maybe it melt. I don't really know, but I would. Did I pop it? Damn it! What the fuck? How am I supposed to talk with the damn thing? Hold on. I'm gonna finish this. I'll get that later. It's my first day having the bands on. I gotta wear it for a few weeks, but damn, I can't talk. It's about keeping it in 24/7. Can't even talk. I don't even know what I was saying no more. Oh, the film. But yeah, when I looked it up and I looked at the reviews, too many people was talking about they got pregnant. Somebody said they had twins. Yeah, so I didn't try that. It didn't seem very effective or worth buying. But that's really all I wanted to talk about today. So if you have your experience, feel free to comment below and tell me what's up. Tell me what you recommend. Tell me how birth control has done to you. Now, I will say it is also a concern when it comes to birth control due to the because of the hormones that are in it. So that's something that I don't like. I don't like the extra hormones in it, and that's another reason why I chose not to get on birth control. So that's another thing. And overall, I mean, it does its job for the most part, but it is not healthy at all. So you just pretty much have to weigh out your options and make a decision based on yourself. I made mine, and so far, I'm good. But thank you for watching, and tune in next time, y'all.